Well, if you're going to compare your series to one of the best outings in the universe and what many would argue is one of the best films in the series, it's probably a safe bet that many people are going to get excited. So there's been a lot of talks recently in regards to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the production of it, release dates, everything that's happening in the MCU. Now, of course, this series serves as a sequel to what happens in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, but it also has that interesting factor where it's also a direct sequel to Captain America the Winter Soldier, as we're picking up many threads in that movie that were left over that carried on over into Civil War, which of course then were still left over, and now we're gonna keep going with it. So recently it was confirmed by Sebastian Stan and other people that most closely the upcoming Falcon and Winter Soldier series will resemble Captain America the Winter Soldier in tone, action, and feel. Now, obviously, you know, I think I'm not in the minority when I say that I think that that's the best film they've made in the MCU. I'm not talking about, oh, what's the best comic book movie, or oh, my favorite. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about, from the ground up, the best film with the best directing, the best action sequences, the best message behind it. I think, like many of you, this is my favorite one, and to hear that they're taking a lot of inspiration from the Winter Soldier and carrying it over into this, and that's kind of what they're looking at, gives me hope that they really are able to deliver something special. And again, if you look at the Winter Soldier, that film sticks out to many for a particular reason. The fact that it's still a comic book movie, but it's grounded, and the story they tend to tell in there is a little bit more adult compared to some of the other things that came out right around it, like Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, for example. And my hope is that maybe this takes the MCU in that type of direction and gives us another political, geopolitical style feeling in the MCU, because, you know, I do like, you know, when they go crazy and deliver us the big over-the-top action and all that. But to me, I always like to kind of slow down, see these characters, and maybe tell us what's happening with some of the smaller events around Earth, right? Like, not everything has to be a giant global disaster. So yeah, honestly, this gets me hyped. You know, if you're gonna base anything off my favorite MCU film, it's probably a, you know, good piece of news for me. I don't know how you guys personally feel about this, but to me, this just reassures me that this is probably gonna be one of the best Marvel TV series.